The midday sun is glittering off the snow, causing us to squint out from atop Monarch Mountain, one of Colorado's hidden gems for skiers looking to escape the crowds. Scanning the horizons, snowboarders and skiers swoosh by us as they pitch down the hillside, diving headfirst into adventure. Whether it's Monarch, Vail, Aspen, or any of the 32 different ski resorts in Colorado, we're a state known for mountains and powder and shredding gnar. And so today we focus on the sounds of the snowy slopes and the majesty of the wintry mountains as we try to capture the downhill vibes of Colorado. That's all coming up next, and this
is the Colorado Vibe.
Welcome back to the Colorado Vibe, the mile-high sound experience that allows you to hear the sounds, listen to the locations, and discover the frequencies and folk that define the Colorado Vibe. I'm your host, Jake Sanders, and today's episode starts at Monarch Pass. Located at the southern end of the Sawatch Range of the Rocky Mountains, along the border of Gunnison and Chaffee counties, Monarch Mountain straddles the Continental Divide, where the United States hunches its shoulders into mountainous boulders, the land sloping one way towards the Atlantic Ocean and the other towards the Pacific. On an average year, Monarch gets over 350 inches of snow. But in 1936, as we follow James Kane and members of the Salida Winter Sports Club driving up Monarch Pass, pushing their Chevy engine to the limit to finally reach the top, we get a sense that along with the record snow falling around us, we're witnessing another piece of history as the first winter ski season of Monarch gets underway. By 1939, the Salida Winter Sports Club applied to the United States Forest Service for a permit to cut trails, construct a lodge, and erect a lift. The Forest Service issued a permit to the town of Salida, and the Works Progress Administration, an American New Deal agency forged in the Great Depression to help restart America, issued the initial construction grant. During the first ski season of 1939, season pass prices only cost $1.64, and a day pass cost a quarter. Rope tow revenues netted over $50 that year. Coming up after the break, we'll learn more about the history and bumpy rise to prominence that Monarch has had since their first ski season, and then cruise down the mountainside ourselves as we try to capture some downhill vibes. We'll be right back.
The Colorado Vibe continues, but first, a word from our sponsor.
Since 1977, the Colorado trial attorneys of the Swire Law Firm have helped our clients seek justice when they've been injured. I'm Rob Wilhite, athlete, trial attorney, father, and partner at the Swire Law Firm. We're proud to put on the Colorado Vibe podcast because we know that serving the Colorado community is about connecting and listening, just as much as it is about seeking justice for our clients. There really is no difference between one lawyer and the next. We all have access to the same case law, but we might not all be equal in the same way we serve and listen to our clients and lead them to successful results. On my runs, I'm always listening to books, podcasts, concerts, music, or just the sounds of nature. So thank you for listening, and until next time, this is the Colorado Vibe.
In 1961, Monarch Mountain gets its first chairlift, and things really start swinging for the small ski resort. Installed by Texas oilman Gus Irwin, the original chairlift ran up to a new base lodge, which was constructed to offer skiers warm food and a place to escape the cold temperatures outside. Through the 60s and 70s, the resort grew in size as it switched owners, adding lifts and tripling the skiable acres of the resort until finally, The decade of the 1980s brought about instability. In July of 1985, Monarch Ski Area filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. As a result, the area's stock was sold in the late 80s to a Seattle-based church and to the state of California at an auction in the Chaffee County Courthouse. Monarch was now valued at over $8 million. The situation became more complicated in 1988 when the Internal Revenue Service entered the picture with a $5.5 million lien on the property. This delayed the sale of the property to the church in California. By September of 1990, the owner of Monarch was arrested and convicted of mail and securities fraud. Luckily, throughout the 90s, stability in ownership provided more opportunities for expansion of the resort. Indeed, all the way up to the early 2000s, Monarch continued to grow, and although the owners may have changed a few times throughout its history, the hidden charm of the ski resort remains untouched. I've skied these slopes personally many times as a kid, and it really is a magical place. And when you get to the top of the breezeway, you can get a sense of how little has changed since the first season in 1936. And as we place our goggles on and tilt down the Monarch Mountain, we begin to see why Colorado is known for skiing, and we begin to catch the downhill vibes of Colorado.
For links or show notes, visit our website or follow us on social media, and be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the Colorado Vibe on Apple Podcasts. Until next time, enjoy the vibe.